it to be VR. Don't make me do it VR. Oh, we have voices on here. Did not realize. Unless it does the whatchamacallit sound. I don't even recognize it there. Sound coming through for the game. I turned down the... But yeah, the art style is very peculiar. Background sound too. With this indie game. Crunching along. I would think this is kind of sickening. Dear Tachibana, I, chief of Densu village, Yuan, gathering prominent Christians in Toko. The other day, I heard your efforts collect local histories of Christian communities in the region. Densu village is a place with a long history of faith. You know, we are... One second. Can I restart this and slow down the... That's the art style is what first I looked at when that drew my interest. Try that again. But yeah. Haven't played this game by them. One of their, I think, most recent releases. Okay. Mr. Tachibana, I apologize. I am Juan Dasu, son of the Dasu village. I'm bad at names. At a gathering of prominent Christians in Toko, The other day I heard your efforts to collect local histories of Christian communities in the region. Dasu village is a place with a long history of faith, as our village was built on... Still, I have it all the way at the top! So I was wondering if you could perhaps be willing to visit fully uncover our history. We've recently finished the construction of a church, a long wish of ours. We feel it now the best time. Village, I look forward to seeing you in person. I have the auto thing off too. You are dying? You're serving as a guide of our protagonist, Humaru Tachibana, to show her around the village. Cathedral is amazing. You built something like this so deep in the mountains on your own? It would take a lot of faith. The people of this village really are committed Christians, huh? Honestly, just seeing it makes my heart swell with pride a bit, too. Thank you for showing me around. Or I'd like to meet everyone in the village and see the church inside if I can. I'm gonna turn off voices. Oh, but do you know where I'll be staying tonight? Over there, thank you. Jesus Nazareth Rex King. I'm reading that. Well, I'm ready where you are. When you are. King of Judea. Ninjas. About 4 hours. It is a visual novel. Welcome in. Can I? What's up? Come in. Hello, ma'am. Thank you for letting me stay. I'd just like to. You're welcome. Come in. Nothing like being pushful. Give me. Like I said, my channel was started to show off these kind of games. Try to stimulate our little village economy lately, you see? We haven't managed to get many visitors. Literally, there are 4 people that follow this game on here. Really? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate for the lurk. You can always come back and watch it later. Yes. She's interesting. Are you staying here too? That's your room over there. I see. I'll see you tomorrow then. Good night. Yeah. Creepy girl. What's wrong? Someone's in my room. Looking drunk. Must be exhausted. I might turn up the sounds, because there's a sound and I'm not sure if y'all could hear it. What a wonderful morning. Oh, I know I saw someone last night. I couldn't even focus on breakfast. It scared me so much. What? But you... I mean, the rice. Hmm? Oh yeah, I heard the village's local specialties are really something. I have to try those later. Anyways, I suppose the first stop will be the church. Configuration. Off voice gift. I'll still keep the voice actually on. Save. You can slightly hear them. Okay, so scenes, chapter, day. Ah, that's close to what's right now. Ah, nothing creepy about that. Status. Oh, it gives me this. From the start. Ha 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 ha. Dear Tachibana, my apologies for writing you so suddenly. I am Juan Daisu of the village, son of the chief of Daisu village. At a gathering of prominent Christians in Tohoku the other day, I heard of your efforts to collect local histories of Christian communities in the region. Daisu village is a place with a long history of faith, as our village was built during the Edo period by the Christians fleeing persecution. And so I was wondering if you would perhaps be willing to visit Daisu and help us fully uncover our history. We've recently finished construction of a cathedral, long a wish of ours, and we feel that now is the best time to compile the story of our past. The village would of course be happy to provide your room and board during your stay. May you try our local delicacies to your heart's delight. I look forward to meeting you soon in person soon. Respectfully and hopefully, this day of October, Taisho year, I guess 1920-ish AD. John Daisu. Well, if it's October, damn, that letter could get there fast. Hello, I'm Hamuro Tachibana. I got a letter from someone here. Ah, yes, thank you for coming. I'm Juan Daisu, the one who contacted you. Which to say, he's the son of the village chief and the village's day-to-day overseer. I am Pastor Kurosu Okegata, by the way. A pleasure to meet you both. Swallowed wrong with the milk. Hamaroto, this is an amazing cathedral. I guess it's a little small, but I don't know where to start looking. The strength of the village faith shows through in everything. Thank you, Miss Tachibana. Impressive, is it not? This is the crown jewel in our efforts to grow the village. It is. We wish to push Daiso village as a tourist destination, one of Japan's few true Christian villages. I mean, but despite having built this lovely cathedral, What really attracts tourism is local history, local legends, that sort of thing. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, that's not what Las Vegas does, but I mean, we're doing a Christian village. So, Ms. Tachibana, I understand you're investigating Christian history in this region on your own. Yes? So, what I'd like you to do is compile a summary of the history of our village. They don't look very happy. Kurusu. Well, he's the priest. Juan, don't have to ask her all of 5 minutes after she arrived. I mean, I got here yesterday. So you're basically like me to put together a tourist guidebook. Is that the idea? A tourist guidebook? I'm not sure I follow. Well, you know, a book to help tourists get around a locality, describing specialty goods and locations. They usually have a lot of information on local history and legends, like what you're talking about. What a magnificent idea! We don't have such things out in the country. I'd love to hear more, but Kurusu, I need to attend the village assembly. Show her the Maria statue, would you? We'll speak later. I'm sorry, he can be rather bossy. Hey, mind you, I'm gonna throw something out there. This is a bit louder with the color combinations than the other games. Just throw that out there. But then again, this is done for VR, so I don't know, did they decide to do it that way? I mean, it was a little out of the blue, but his request is very interesting. I'd be glad to help you all. Thank you, Miss Tachibana. Let me show you the shrine where a Maria statue is kept. Maria Shrine. It's gonna be fun seeing Christian themes seen through the eyes of a Japanese person. Until the cathedral was finished, this was the center of the village's faith. It's very peaceful, but it's also kind of solemn. The villagers, I believe, come here to confess their sins before the Maria statue. I mean, okay. So basically, the main pillar of the village's faith, I see. Isn't that kind of idol worship? Why aren't you doing it in front of Jesus? I mean, the Catholicism, I know. Saints, all that jazz, huh? Hey, there's something written here, along with a mark all in red. Sanguis. Isn't that red? Grief? The blood of the crane, okay. Hey, red, that's also... I think that's Latin for blood of the crane. Yeah, sanguis is, it's red, but also put in compared to meaning blood as well. What? I mean, okay. Girl going through portal? I had no idea. Is it possible the statue has been defaced? That's right, pardon me. I just remembered something I need to do. What do you plan to do next? I could call someone else to escort you if you need. Huh? I already have a guide, and I plan to have them show me around, if that's okay. I understand. Well then, good luck with your work, Tachibana. I mean, Miss Tachibana. Okay, shall we go then? Save. Not sure if I'm doing this in the right order. Villager 1. Old stories about the village. The important one is about the saint, for sure. Oh, idol worship. Cool. Everyone hears it when they're children. There's not a soul in the village who wouldn't know it. I see. Sounds like the saint is the center of the village's faith, not, you know, Jesus Christ. Our cathedral was also built to venerate the saint's miracles. It is where we pray that someday a miracle shall visit our village once more. Will you support the saint as well? We're making saint fans. Fans? Maybe another time. Say, you know, in what a beautiful view. In Catholicism, when a cathedral says that there's like Saint Joseph or Saint John Catholic Church, the saint, something, a relic or bones or something of the saint is actually inside the altar. At least that's what I've heard. Bones, just something related to it, because it has to be directly connected to him. Heights villager, isn't it? This is my favorite view in the whole village. Which makes me wonder with how many cathedrals did they... How blasphemous is it to cut up a saint so that you can have different parts of a saint in cathedral, in the altar? Ramono? Hamon-Maro. Do you come here often? Usually if I don't have anything else to do. Moro. I wonder, did you see a young woman around the inn wearing red clothes? Red clothes? Ah, that young, well-to-do outsider. Are we talking about... I'm just gonna call her Hamo. Are we talking about the same person? I believe so. She's a traveler who arrived a few days ago. She seemed like a refined, quiet lady with... She was so impressive that everyone just assumed she was old nobility or some such. Maybe that's not who I saw yesterday. Anyway, I guess there are some others here from outside the village. It'd be nice to meet them. To the back street, nothing scary is in the back streets. Backstreet cook, snore. Ah. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. Oh my, I don't believe I've seen you before. An outsider, are you? Yes, I'm here to research the village's history. Oh, I see, I see. Well then, have one of these. Is that a rosary? Are you sure? Saint Bun. Oh, and she goes, oh, if you start seeing things, don't worry. But a long time ago, you see. No. Huh? You already ate it? Please have another. Long ago, when this village faced starvation, someone came to us from afar. This person saved the entire village and is venerated as our saint to this day. I thought it was Maria. Just keep eating them? What, again? I don't have any more. Sorry. Yeah, I'm being greedy. No, they were delicious. Thank you. Really? I made these saint buns to do my part in helping the village's growth. I also have some Saint Udon and Saint's Hot Pot. Would you like to try them? The names seem a little, they sound good though. Ho, take your time. Making sure, 'cause sometimes this can be a bit. F's residence. Now arriving. What are you doing? I'm playing trains. Do you want to play, miss? That sounds fun. No, I'm sorry. I'm not here to play. Miss, I haven't seen you here before. Did you come from outside? Yes, I came to Daisu to learn its history so I can help the village grow. Wowie! I really want to see the village get bigger. Hey, miss, tell me about the cities. Have you ever ridden a train? Of course. It's very fast, but the cabins are smokier than you might think. Really? Well, trains are driven by burning coal, you know. You'll understand when you ride one yourself one day. ... Kid. What's wrong? I've always been kind of weak. They say I can't leave the village. But lots of people from outside will come to help grow the village. And that'll be fun, right? They're really looking forward to that. Yeah, it would... Well, don't you worry. We'll do everything we can to make sure the village grows big. Love that, you know, I'm here for the history, but I'm totally going to the library last. What's... Nothing creepy about that thing happening in the graveyard. I'm sorry, may I ask what you're doing? Can't you tell? This is a graveyard, right? And we're helping make the village a tourist attraction, right? Oh, so this is the graveyard. I thought so. So, you doing some kind of test of courage event or something? Why would it be something stupid like that? What we're doing here is theater. Okay. We're gonna make songs for everyone coming to the village here at the Graveyard Theater. A musical theater? What, like opera? I guess. The view here is good, and it's quiet too, right? We were just practicing our singing. I mean, it takes all types. Practicing. I see. That's a pretty bold thing to try. It'll be a production titled Sing to the Saint. Come and see it once we've got our performance dates worked out. Come on by. Oh, well, maybe it'll be like an outdoor performance at New Year's? Oh, we can go back to the back street. Still ignoring the library. I'm curious, how did the saint save the people of Dasu? Anyway, the saint, eating more of them, brought tremendous amounts of food to a starving village from parts unknown. Huh? What? How? It's a dude, a Hamo. Stop that. We don't know. That's why it's a miracle. People... she just keeps nomming. People says that meat would flow endlessly at a single word from the saint. That sounds more like water than anything. Maybe the myth is influenced by the miracle of Christ feeding the 5,000 in the gospel. So that's why, in remembrance, I make saint buns and saint's udon. Which doesn't seem to have much to do with meat. I'm gonna burst your bubble real quick. The Catholic Church doesn't consider fish to be meat, and it was fish and bread that the Jesus feeding the 5,000. And the reason why they don't consider fish meat is because they would have certain days, requirement days that you could have no meat on. And they still needed some kind of, you know, protein in the system. So they said, okay, fish, you can eat fish on this day. There's a public kitchen over yonder, and our head chief tries out various other recipes there. I think she's busy today, but try going there tomorrow. Whoa, yeah, that's great. I'll go there later. We're getting a Christian education. It's fun seeing it from a Japanese professor. This is amazing! So many books! Let's see, this is a book on theology, and those are novels and dictionaries, I think. It's still nothing written specifically about the village's faith and history. Well, rats, I'll have to look elsewhere. Good thing I already looked elsewhere. There's a hot springs. I'm just... Sure, why not? Oh, they even have a hot springs. Daiitsu really has everything. Come on, let's have a nice soak. St. Springs opening soon. Oh, it's not open yet. Oh no. There's a scream. Oh, I guess we'll have to wait for them to open. We're not going to talk about screams over there? Or is it just a scream of disappointment in her head? It's a little spooky here at night, doesn't it? Are you, book lover, are you looking for something? No, I'm just here to, not read books, so I'm not looking for anything. What? Oh, no, I'm sorry, just looking for a book to read before bed. Ah! Oh, do you like books? I'm glad to meet a kindred spirit, then. Ala, ala. I can't do that correctly. Yes. Actually, can I ask you a question? Are there any books here about the village's faith or history? Oh, I'm sorry, but no, there aren't. You are surely aware that we are a Christian village, yes? I mean, Christians, yeah, I mean, monasteries were built so that they could record stuff. But I'm sure you know yourself. Christians were heavily oppressed during the age of Tokugawa. Yeah, they were. In those days, do you know what the government did if they found a village practicing the faith? Every village, or just like... yeah, were executed. So there's no records put to paper, no. I see. Thank you, it's very helpful, actually, if you pardon me. Yawn. I guess that's enough for one day. No written records, huh? Man, that's pretty common for Christian communities this old, though. I mean, the Dead Sea Scrolls. I heard a lot about the saint today, so hopefully tomorrow I can hear more about other things. Hi, Haru. Well, thank you again for staying with me for all that. I hope you'll show me around tomorrow, too. Good night. Village status, whimsical. I worry what happens when it stops being whimsical. Let me see how long this does take. Yeah, 3.5. So, main plus side stories. Joyful, joyful. Joyful, joyful. Nothing creepy about this. What's going on? Y'all having problems? Joyful, joyful. Joyful, joyful. Like I said, it's interesting to some degree seeing. Your fingers creep me out. Christianity through the Eastern, like, Japanese view. To some degree. Like like I said, this is probably gonna get the crazy parts.
May I ask what your business here is?
It is gonna hit the crazy fan. Are you the young lady the villagers keep talking about?
Yes, they do seem to take an interest in me for some reason.
You're not from the village, right? Me too.
Really? That's comforting. I have to admit, I don't know much about Daisu myself.
So I was wondering, why were you in my room a few nights ago?
I'm not sure what you mean. If you pardon me, I need to attend something.
What? Okay, see you later. By the way, what are you all doing? Well, you see, we thought she might be the saint, and we were offering her our worship. Good Christians for, you know, idol worship. The saint from the stories? Joyful, joyful! Joyful, joyful! I'm gonna get some. You really intend to keep going? I'm going to grab a cola. Back. You really intend to keep going? Of course, we need to integrate the modern world if the village is to survive. If we don't, what could I ever say to Tsubasa? I'm sorry I'm late. Breakfast was so good, I couldn't help but have seconds. She eats a lot. Oh, sure. Our food is delicious, after all. Are you getting used to the village? Yes, I ate some saint's buns, and talked to some kids, and saw some opera. Opera? Yes, I saw some villagers practicing a performance in the graveyard. Nothing creepy. So you call musical performance an opera in the outside world these days? I mean, there are rules on what you call an opera or not. Well, I think you need a huge theater in Asakusa to really be an opera. No, it's how the music is. It doesn't matter about what the, you know, building it is. Miss Tachibana, there's something I'd like to ask you. Yes? It seems you know quite a lot about modern cities. I'd like you to continue collecting local history, but more than that, would you be willing to give your advice on our modernization project from an outside perspective? I'm not, I don't think I'm an expert in that kind of stuff since I study history. Also, he has the symbol that was found on the saint's statue on him, if I remember. The, blood of the crane. But I'm not really consulted. Yeah, like she says. But you are. Your knowledge of the world today seems comprehensive. It is not. We'll show our gratitude, of course. Your meals here will be free, and you have convinced her just by saying that. I am at your beck and call. Okay, personality. Ah, good. Well, thank you. I did promise that boy, after all. I'm going to do everything I can to help. And get food out of it. Ladies at the well often jabber. Hey, don't you think that rich lady is actually kinda unpleasant? You think so too? I said hello to her, but she just ignored me. I bet she's just all stuck up because all the men are just fawning over her. I've been wondering that myself, but I don't know. We're at the water cooler of the medieval times, or the older times, which is the well. The city well, or town well, village well. If we leave it to just the men, God knows what will happen to this whole project to help the village. So many people here seem oblivious. Juan's the only one we can really count on. Well, I guess just like anywhere, not everyone gets along here. Kitchen. So this is the kitchen the old man spoke of. It looks great. Ah, we have a guest? Come on over. So this is where the food based on the saint was first created? I heard that meat flowed like water back then. Still hard to believe. Ah, you heard well. Here, try my specialty. Meat fountain dumplings. Ugh. I tried to recreate the image of infinite overflowing meat. My goodness. Meat dumplings piled layer upon layer to look like a water fountain. Amazing! This is amazing! Stop! Get, girl. Say, were you talking about the saint a moment ago? Yes, it did. Stop, woman. That young noble lady, you know her? She's been asking around about the saint. Really? I wonder if she's interested in the old stories too. I just spend all my time here in the kitchen, so I can't say much, but God, you are a bottomless pit, Mom. I mean, Hemo. She asked me after I told her everything I knew. She took off without a bite. What a waste! This is such good food, too. Oh, thank you for the meal. Ah, you already ate it? Well, there's something for your work being appreciated, I suppose. Great. Let's go talk to the... How about a stamp card? We could do a morning market. Ah, yes, very good. Hamo, what are you all talking about? Coming up with ideas for the village project. Joan asked us to think of ideas to attract tourists. Oh, that sounds fun. Obviously a stamp collection card based on old village chiefs is the best idea. I mean, what? We gotta do the morning market for fresh poison mushrooms. Okay. Hamo, what? What, you got a problem with stamps? No, my problem has always been you. Children! My problem has always been you. Don't fight. Fighting's bad, right, Korosu? He could care less. He ran away? What language are you now speaking? Cursing each other out, okay. Oh, calm down! Let's talk about this! You're the one investigating the history of the village, yes? I heard from Joan. I'm probably saying everything wrong. Yes, if you could help me, I'd appreciate it. Well, if it's old tales you need, there's one that comes to mind, right, darling? Ah, yes indeed. Are you sick, Ando? We must tell you the story of the crane wife. Ah. In the old days, a village man went out hunting and instead saved a crane from a trap. Next evening, a beautiful lady traveler came to the man's house. Eventually, the man and woman fell in love and were wed. They were very, very close, and the people of the village welcomed their wedding. However, one evening while everyone slept, the girl snuck out. What are you doing? The husband was suspicious and followed her, but in the sanctuary of the Maria statue, the girl turned into a crane. On seeing this, the husband cried out in surprise by accident. Knowing it had been found, the crane flew away, its last expression a sad one. The girl never returned to the man, or so it is said. Here you are, dear. Some water. Oh, thank you. I hope you never fly away on me. Oh, never. Ha ha ha. I see. That's similar to other stories about cranes you find in folklore. I mean, also, fox, kitsune wives, and also Seelie wives in Celtic lore. Actually, there's a lot of those for lores, now that I think about it, with mystical creatures all over the world. Did that help you at all, darling? Of course. Thank you very much. I'm just... Sometimes it has problems with crashing some of the other games. Are you drowning someone? So if I may, what brings you to Daiusu? My health has been poor lately. I came to Convolus. Your village is quiet and pleasant. It's helped my recovery greatly. Since I recovered somewhat, I thought I would see more of the village. Is that so? We have the cathedral, of course, but there are many other wonderful sights. For example, have you seen our sanctuary with the Maria statue? Huh? No, not yet. What is it exactly? Well, was once a mining tunnel for gold and silver. Oh my? But the gold and silver dried up long ago, and the Maria statue was enshrined there afterwards. I see. Interesting. It's a beautiful statue. Please feel free to have a look whenever you like. Mushroom lover. This has got to be the best plan for helping the village. A morning market for delicious poison mushrooms. No one else would ever think of this. Why are they called poison mushrooms, besides the fact that you get sick from them? And can die, or is it just... Actually, I saw someone else suggest the same thing on the street. Mushroom... What? Lover? Well, whatever. I'll work on it on my own. I mean, can it be like pufferfish, where it's an acquired taste, where you can die if you do it wrong? Okay, but I think you're better off cooperating. All these poison mushrooms, though, are they popular or something? Or have they not learned what the word poison actually means? That's a little different than the story of the crane wife I heard. Is that right? Yes, she didn't fly off in the end, you see. She remained in the village and laid an egg. And oh, Hamo has the same references as me. An egg? Yes. It was apparently the child of the crane and the man. A child? So a child was born from an egg? I'm not sure about that. The story just ends with the crane laying an egg. Oh, I see. That's pretty unique ending. Karasu! Karasu! It means raven or some kind of bird. The reason why I remember that is Yu Yu Hakusho, but it's Karasu was named. Pretty unique ending. I don't know if I'm making a good connection here. Or it's so wild out of the waste thought. Because I know this is eventually, we're gonna hit the crazy point, like, crazier than it is. No, the crane wife didn't leave and certainly laid no eggs. What? So the crane wife in the end was martyred because of the Christian ban. Hers was a tragedy of the age of oppression. Did the crane wife convert? She wasn't a villager, and other accounts don't mention this. Well, you see, I wonder. Of course! I'm not making this up at the spot. She was always a Christian crane, you see, and came to the village due to oppression. How deep out of your ass are you pulling that from? We're sort of drifting from the idea of being found in a trap here. Library. Oh, this book on theology I've been wanting to read for ages. This library has a huge collection. How did you get them all? Ah, Pastor Okada assembled this collection. Wow, he's really studious then, huh? Wait, he's always loved books. More's the pity. More's the, huh? Well, our faith here in Daisu is a little different than normal. Well, it is, unique. After all, we were hidden and isolated for so long. We hardly obey Christian orthodoxy anymore. I noticed. He long since realized that, and it still bothers him. Well, if Joan's tourist program goes well, perhaps it will close the gap a little. Please don't. I see, that's one way to look at it. Oh, listen to me going on like this. Well, good night. Give them both my best, would you? Of course, good night. Maria Shrine. Not doing anything creepy there. Wait, isn't that... We're not going to follow... Yeah. Weird. There's no writing. Huh? What are you doing? Ah! Ah, good evening. What were you looking at? The Maria statue. Quite odd, isn't it? I was examining the construction of the statue and pedestal to see if I could determine when it was made. Ah, so you do like history and culture, huh? Well, isn't that why you were talking to the people of the village? Ah, yes, of course. So, do you know when it's from? Maybe. I think it's from before the Edo period, when the oppression of Christians began. It must have been their last pillar of faith. This type of statue is called a Maria Canon. You see? It can be passed off as a Bodhisattva canon, so they can worship in secret. The one remaining piece of an ugly history, huh? We heard a lot of interesting stories today. I mean, one. And I got to meet that young lady in red everyone talks about so much. She seems to like history and stories, so I think we'll get along. Yes, of course. Well, I'm going to get some sleep, so I'll be ready for tomorrow. Good night. Okay, we're still night. Cathedral. Wonder what's gonna happen here. Oh. Hey! Midnight worship. Cool. Friendly villager. Alone tonight, are we? The day of the completion ceremony draws near. Everyone's getting into it. Many distinguished guests have come to us this year. Perhaps... Yes, she seems especially promising. Please don't let her out of your sight. Sacrifice? 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 Launch. Alright, I should plan out what I want to do next today. The mythology of the village seems to be centered mostly on the crane wife and the saint. Both of them are entities from outside the village, viewed in a special light. I'll look for any other similar stories while keeping out for the tourist project ideas. Status! Whimsical. Collect history and tales advised. Well, how about some cool fireworks? Yeah, that'd be nice. What on earth are you? We were just talking over ideas for the tourist project. We? How very curious. Curious? I think it's normal. Everyone's working really hard. I debate that. The villagers are divided. No one's working with anyone else. They say they want to grow the village and attract tourists, but there's no theme to any of it. Do you really expect such an effort to go well? I mean... But no, that's not how it is. It'll be fine. I'm gonna help and make sure it succeeds. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way, but that doesn't mean the way is what you want. Oh my, I wasn't denying the possibility, merely worrying. I'll be looking forward to seeing the end results of all the hard work. Thank you, Miss Hamo. I'm just gonna say Hamo. Yes, leave it to me. Eep, that was the biggest boast I got baited into making. Last workshop. How about a story of the Oshara? I heard about it when I was a child. Oh, that's the name of that deity whose worship is popular in Tohoku, right? Really a god outside the village? It's just a story here. Anyways, a long time ago, an outsider woman got lost and ended up here. She was a sudden unexpected guest, so we didn't have any rooms for her. The chief put her up in the stable. Like Jesus Christ when he was born. Then a girl fell in love with the horse in there. That she'd marry it, apparently. I mean... Okay. The chief wasn't sure what to do, but he let them live together in the stable. Oh my fucking god. Eventually they had a wedding ceremony for the lady and the horse, and they turned into a stone together. I mean, Lot's wife. No, she turned into a pillar of stone. Oh. Well, that's why a stone. No idea. Anyways, they say the stone can still be found somewhere in the village. I'm fucked up about this. Well, that's what happens when you worship the wrong god. Hardy har har. Kind of a strange ending. It's thematically similar to the Crane wife, though. Well, they end up together. Crane's one thing, but a horse. I thought the whole thing was weird front to back as a kid. I mean, there is the internet, and there is creepy things on the internet too. I mean, Lodge. Visitors from outside have always been so rare in Daisu. Rumors about them spread quickly. Everyone starts buzzing as soon as an outside so much as sets foot in the village. It's that big a deal? Naturally, that young lady in red has gathered a lot of notice in particular. Oh, I did. There has to be a whisper in my ear. I'd bet everyone knows what she had for breakfast, even. That'd be a bit embarrassing. Both stories of visitors from outside. Well, I don't know my history that well, to be honest. Everyone was pretty excited when you and that lady in the red showed up, though. Thinking about it, though, the lady was pretty guarded when she first showed up. Huh? Really? Everyone did their best to make her feel welcome, so she's come out of her shell a bit. Apparently she's very interested in the kinds of stones you can dig up around the village and whatnot. We can count that as another one of the village's charm points, then. Geology! Yeah, geology! Both stories about visitors from the outside? Let's see. I know a story about a pastor who came to us from afar. Want to hear that one? Really? Yes, please. That sounds very interesting. The pastor could tell fortunes and sometimes made very accurate prophecies. Wait, a fortune-telling pastor? I mean, we have those that, like, say that you need to be bitten by snakes. You know, and God will save you if you impress him well enough. According to the tale, the pastor was very impressed with the village's faith. Ultimately, the pastor chose to live here until the end of their life. I see. He was a great man, wasn't he? Yes, the pastor was indeed. Funny how I keep on going to the library almost the last thing. He's asleep, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Blind old lady. Oh, a visitor. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. No, not at all. I may not be able to see, but my ears are sharp enough. Do you need something, dear? Yes. I wanted to ask if you know any old stories from this village, but there's a lot of old stories about visitors from the outside, right? Do you know? Blank lady snore. She fell asleep again. What's the status of the village? So whimsical. Worry what the next step of that is. Hi. Looking at gravestones. Hey, what are you doing there? Mr. Chief. I'm not the chief yet. I will be one day, but not today. Quite bold. You're free to see the sights, of course, but I would think you'd like to rest and recuperate, no? Oh, I'm touched you'd look out for my health, so... More to the point, climbing on top of the cathedral would be difficult even for a healthy person. Dear me. Are you keeping an eye on me? I heard from some of the villagers. Anyways, we can hardly need you to collapsing on us, and so... I'll have one of the villagers accompany you. That should keep you safe and out of things we don't want you to see.
My, seems a bit overprotective to me. Well then, my escort, it's a pleasure.
Oh god, the kitchen. How much is my character gonna eat this time?
Alright, I've heard a number of stories from around the village.
I think I have a picture of what the project to grow the village should really be about. Let's go talk to Juan and Karasu. Why is there a walking zone? Or are they making food? You have a suggestion for the project? Please, we'd like to hear it. God's mercy, Juan. Don't rush the poor woman.
No, it's fine. I really like to know what you all think of this.
I've noticed that the village cultures venerates outsiders to a degree. The saint most obviously. I suppose that's true. I guess this is rooted in the worries that closing the village off too heavily will keep new blood away. So it seems like any outsider might fit in with the local faith were welcomed warmly. I mean, I've been made to feel really welcome by everyone here too. This is really a welcoming village. It's perfect for tourism. You should emphasize that in your advertising. Interesting. We're a welcoming village? I don't get it. Isn't it natural to welcome guests? I mean, yeah. It's pretty nice having someone from the outside say so, though. I still don't see the way forward myself. Being welcoming is nice, but that's the thing. Everyone has their own ideas for the project, like food and performances, right? In Tokyo, something called an amusement park opened recently. A place with rides, attractions, and whatnot. So why not consider building a Saint's amusement park here? Huh? What do you mean? I don't think... Have people from the outside come and take on the role of the saint and experience the saint's story. That does sound fun. They might even really be the saint. Ahem. Granted, attractions are one thing, but a ride may be trickier. An amusement park needs something to ride, like a Ferris wheel. We do have some old minecarts. Why not use those? Oh! I could drive the minecarts, I could. That is an idea. It should still be a safe ride, remember? We can think about what it should be together. It seems I made the right choice asking you to come here. Everyone, she has provided us with such wonderful advice. I hereby appoint Miss Tachibana as our consultant of the amusement park amusement. That has come together to make a dream and amusement park a reality. Our motto shall be all guests are saints. I mean, this sounds like the guest is always right, and guests can be motherfucking... entitled. It's settled. Woo! Woo! Yay! Yay! Karasu looks so happy over this. Signed the role of special consultant. Empty house. You've been working hard. Would you like some tea? Hey, thank you. Gonna drug them, aren't they?
Not at all. Everyone here has been so wonderful. Thank you for arranging this house for me to rest while I recover. Hardly. The inn gets visitors barging in, after all. Besides, the village does have a number of open houses. I hope you'll have people move in when the village growth project succeeds. I'm sure they will. It's a wonderful village. Oh, I'm glad to hear you say so. I'm proud to... So wonderful. Wonderful, easy to trick, that is. You at least put him in the bed? Oh, hello there. Where'd you go? You disappear sometimes, though you always come back. Just making small talk with the villagers. But you're gone for... Anyways, I'm going to get to bed soon. Good night. Pine Hill. Tonight's colder than usual, isn't it? Look below us. Well, what do we have here? You. It seems you let your guard down after you put your escort to sleep. But you realize I've had more than one person following you. Now let's hear it. What exactly is it you've been sniffing around for? Oh my, what a confrontation. Quite the confrontation. Let me guess, you heard about the stone somehow. This village is no place for one of your ilk. Get gone by... The fuck is her? Oh! Barefooted. Cool. Who? What? Okay. Now they're worshiping her. Cool, cool. And she's gone. We have a ghost. We have something. Chapter 1, arrival, end. Chapter 1. I mean, cool. Fulfillment. Feels a little weird to toot my own horn, but it was a neat idea I had yesterday. Just because you want to build an amusement park doesn't mean that it will work. There's 5 chapters of this, by the way. Go around the village and see how everyone's taking the new direction for the project. Let's start by the well. Will. Ah, dear saint! So wonderful! I feel complete. About the tourist project. The tourist project? Who cares about that? Let Juan handle it. All will be as the saint wishes. What? This feels really different from yesterday. They didn't say shit. What's the status of the village? Nervously energetic. November 1st. Well, it is All Saints' Day. Wait, Ghost shows up. Not quite. Lay the track a bit higher. Yes, sir. According to the math we did, we need a 20-degree angle to start, or the cart will come to a stop. Oh wow, preparing rides already? Huh? You're gonna run the mine from here to the village? That sounds fun. Yes, the situation's changed, so we have to move quickly. The villagers must stay on task. Huh? Miss Tachibana, could you come to the cathedral later? We need to speak. Hmm? Okay. Alright, we'll come to the cathedral last. Graveyard. House. Alright, and spin! Spinning, spinning, spinning. Spinning, spinning, spinning. More practice? You're all really getting into it. We've got new inspiration. We're adding a wonderfully new... wonderlovelyful new scene. No, not quite. Let's disappear like we should. Spinning, spinning, plop. Spinning, spinning. I mean, she did spin and disappear. Plop. Still not falling on her face. Good. Still not enough. Come on. Once again. Wonderful and lovely. Kitchen. Sniff, sniff. Something smells good. Hey, I'm trying out a new recipe for some sweets. Amusement park's like a festival every day, right? So I was thinking of selling some sweets and the likes at a stand in the park. The Saint stand. That'll be wonderful. So what is this exactly? Apparently it's called a churro. I found it in a recipe book in the library. Nom. What a symphony of oil and flour. Oh dear Saint, I offered these churros unto you. Oi, no slacking off, you. Sorry, I think that's it for today. Come by and help me taste test some other time. No, look. I want to know what happened last night. I don't really understand it myself either. So wonderful. It was worth waiting all this time. Oh, yes. Hey, help me already. Yes. Look, girl, we're all busy with the project. Why don't you go off and play elsewhere, okay? What? What's that supposed to mean? Wonderful. Wonderful. Seems like, they're fighting over something? Back to the cathedral. On. Parasu. ... Good morning, even though it's probably not morning that I arrived here. The villagers seem very strange. Did something happen last night? Parasu, you explain. Nothing like putting it off? Also, I just realized the thing on the back looks like a crane, I guess, with its wings out. Right. The symbol on the back of his... And up there, too. It has a cross kind of thing, but it also has a... Last night, Joanne confronted our other lady guest over a certain matter, and an unfamiliar face appeared. Villagers seem to think this new person is the saint. Nonsense. It's absolutely ridiculous. Isn't the saint long dead? ... The myths of the village state that the saint will return, one day return. Hi, Sabi! Someday after many, many years pass, the saint will return again to save the village. So goes the myth. Kinda like a Jesus myth. My god, if that were true, it'd be an honest-to-goodness miracle. Miracles, please. This is what happens when people expect others to solve their problems. This is kind of Christian viewed through Japanese lens. It's kind of interesting. It may seem shocking, but most here in the village hold to the myth. So, where is this person now? I don't know. They drifted aimlessly about the village for a time, and then I lost sight of them. Anyway, rumors have spawned other rumors, and now everyone's been swept off their feet, as it were. We can hardly just sit on our hands and hope for a miracle. Yeah, like I said, I can recognize this game developer a mile away just by their art style. You need to keep a firm hand on the reins of the village, ensure the project succeeds. That's the situation. I hope and despite the setbacks, that you'll stay with us. That's Here's old blind lady. Oh, saint. Dear saint, save me, I beg you. She has eyes. They can see. Oh, the light. The light. Yes. I can see. I can see. Oh, saint, thank you. Thank you. Well, Jesus did make blind men see. A miracle! It's true! The saint has come! Today is the day of Advent for our saint! What? Karasu. What's all this about? What happened? You can't believe it, just like in the Bible. Jesus came back as a young girl. Bring it. Did you really heal that old woman's eyes? It's floating? The saint hasn't said a word since coming to the village. I wonder perhaps they can't speak? Is that so? How is this possible? Could this girl really be? No. Miracles don't happen as easily as all that. They don't. Oh, she's not floating. That was just a raised platform. I wonder how, Christians would react if Jesus came back as, female. General thought process. Mr. Ando, the saint has come at long last. Yes, everyone's saying that. Is it true? Perhaps someone just misunderstood. I don't really know myself, but... No, I can tell. It's definitely the saint. You haven't left the bed, have you? Oh dear. How I want to see the saint for myself. If only I could walk. Jesus made the crippled walk. Great. Yes, indeed. Perhaps the saint will heal you with a miracle. If only. But even so, the mere advent of the saint is cause for us to give thanks. Everyone's faith is so strong. Sorry, I keep saving. I'm just being safe. Being very safe on this. What's wrong? You seem troubled. I do? Yeah, I suppose I am. Not surprising. Everyone's been out of sorts since last night. Yeah, I thought I'd get to know people here, but I thought I'd gotten to know the people here, but I barely been able to talk to anyone today. It's a sign of just how important the mere idea of the saint's return is to the people of this village. Even though none of it is in keeping with the teachings of any normal Christian denomination. Well, there was this denomination that the Catholic Church completely eradicated, Gnosticism. And I could keep going on, because Gnosticism had something called the Book of Mary Magdalene and other stuff. And
She wasn't Jesus's wife per se, but they didn't have a platonic relationship by the sound of it in that one. Tarasu and Joanne are struggling with all this, I would imagine. Yes, it would seem that way this morning. Also, saints, at least in the Catholicism, there are some girl saints that supposedly, like, to be able to be sainted or you have to do 3 miracles, and you have to, canonize, excuse me, you have to do 3 miracles in your life, or something like that. That's the reason why they're trying to get Mother Teresa canonized. The lady that literally would reuse needles say that pain was a way to be closer to God. Mother Teresa wasn't as good as people think. Yes, it did seem that way this morning. Understandable. They do look at the world in a very modern way, after all. I hope you'll be there for them, now more than ever. Yes, of course. Excuse me while everybody shows up beating me for Mother Teresa. A lot of the people don't realize that, like, say, Gandhi was pretty bad too. Now then, I should read the Saint's Salvation next. There's a level of... they're human, that's all I'm putting. I can't shake this feeling. It feels like what's happening is plugging up my heart somehow. Think I'll go take a walk. Hilltop view. Oh, quite a few stargazers tonight. Oh, I guess I'm not the only one here, huh? What is with this village? Suddenly everyone's treating me differently. Talking about all kinds of weird crap. And now, no need for that. Have you seen the Saints Theater, miss? It's quite the show. So, where are you from again? Hey, wait, it's really rude to ignore someone like that. What the hell are you talking about? Who else is here? Seriously, it's like everyone talks to themselves a lot here. It's freaky. Ah, I see. The young lady cannot perceive me. What? She cannot see or hear me. The faithless cannot perceive the dead. Whoa, what are you saying? You possess deep, broad faith, miss. So you can see we of the dead. This lady, however... See? Who the hell are you talking to? Muttering to yourself like that. Wait, you... As I said, I am dead. Not that uncommon, is it? No, I can't believe... Oh, but you have faith, do you not? That's not the problem here. Hey, listen to me. Well, let me demonstrate. This should make the point, huh? What? Where are you? Whoop. Oh my god! It's impossible! See? I'm fine, aren't I? Can't believe it, you jumped off a hill this high and aren't even hurt? He was doing chores, I think. You really? Gained an understanding of this is true village. I mean, Sabi is free. Yes, Sabi free. I had suspicions. Now, are you off where are you off to in such a hurry? Just now a villager, the hill, so there's only 3 people that are actually alive here? He jumped off again, didn't he? Does that happen a lot? He said something odd about being dead. Well yes, he's developed some odd habits since his death. He does like the invincibility of our state. What? Well, not that I really have much room to talk. I died in an accident back when my chest was cut open. What? Crime, watch the school stream, yeah. Like I said, I love this game developer. Still shooting you, even though you backtracked on that statement. But say, like I said, I love this developer. Just crazy. Sometimes I just get this urge to twist around. Well, twisted or not, my tummy's empty. But time to go grab a bite. Not free anymore, Haru's here. Haru won't do anything too bad while I'm here. What is this village? Two others. But like I said, they aren't as good with streaming. It's CAVYHOUSE. Let me real quick. She hoards loot. Yes. Developer CAVY. Kind of. This one is a visual novel. The others are not. Let me. I did not mean to time it. Fuck! I am mad at my fucking laptop. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I am so sorry. My laptop, when I was clicking to try and copy. I'm so sorry. Hey, Sabby. Have fun. Also, this was what I was trying to show. Developer CAVYHOUSE. Oh, that's right. The girl in red. Did she follow me? It's I'm sorry moment for right now. I'm gonna say, I think I'll keep it around until the end of the affiliate stream. We'll see. If Sabby behaves himself, he might keep it. Excuse me, have you seen a young lady around?
Wait, listen. I'm gonna be called by the saint first. That's silly. You're silly. I'm much more heavenly. No, no, be friendly. We're all falling in the well, friends. You all died by falling in the well? What? You mean that water's not safe? Like I said, there's at some point where the shit hits the rail and doesn't stop with this developer. Those three? Them too? I think all that are wearing these clothes. Oh, come on. Try this poison mushroom stew. It's great. That's how you died? Huh? What? Come on, I told you. I'm alive still. I mean, you know what would be a good tourist attraction? Ghosts. Just ask Savannah, Georgia. What a shame. It's worth dying for, is it? Ah, good evening. Even here. Is everyone in this village dead? I feel like I'm going mad. Nah, you heard me? I'm alive. This old coot's dead, though. I think anybody who's wearing these things. Want some poison mushroom soup to celebrate the advent of the saint? It'll warm you up. Well, will the saint do a Lazarus for all of y'all? No, thank you. You know what sucks though? Now that I think about it, that old lady, she's dead and was still blind. That's kind of a suckage for, you know. 5 a.m. there? Wow. It's 1:48 here. If you're curious, I said about a third or so of the residents. I'd say about a third or so of the residents are living people. I see. So there are some life here. Yeah. Drive safe, hon. The dead are all real stirred up today, though. So I see why you're surprised. I mean, I also get it. The saint we've been waiting for centuries has come at last. Oh! I better get home and rest. Can't stay up all night like the dead do. I don't believe that you're not dead. Wearing that outfit. I could pour you some poison mushroom liquor. No. Yeah, but safe gets you there. Okay, cause Sabby, you're not allowed to die on me. Clear? I have not given you permission to die. The queen has not given you permission to die. Oh goodness, out for a walk this late? Ma'am? Are you alive? Now what kind of question is that? So, ma'am, that means you're... Don't you see how healthy I am? You're the odd one. You are. Come on now. I've got a little late night snack ready. So, eat up and get some rest. No, he can't. Just because he's immortal doesn't mean that he can't get injured. A snack? Ooh, thank you so much. Yesterday still feels like a dream. Are really dead people among the villagers? I mean, there's dead people everywhere. Safe is not getting injured. I wonder. Still think the stamp collection would work. For sure. Sure, that'll be good. What? But you were so insistent on the market. Huh? Well, who cares? It doesn't matter much now. With the saint? It's all so normal, though. I think I should speak to Juan and Karasu. So I saw one person leap off the hill, and another twist themselves in half. Well, they are dead after all, okay? Is that all just completely normal for Daiyasu? Yes, people who die in this village leave their flesh behind, but they continue to exist, just as in life. However, it seems only the faithful can see the dead. I don't know why things are like this here. It may even be a miracle of some sort, or torture for some people who want to pass on. But resurrection of the dead should be at the domain of Christ alone, and these people, they're in limbo, kind of, if you think about it. And yet, what you see here is truth, Miss Tachibana. We lived with the dead for a long time. Please, I ask you, accept it for now. Well, I'm sure it'll take some time regardless. Now, you can go speak with Joan in his family's house. He wanted to speak with you. Alright. Yes! Don't you remember Lazarus? I knew it. This isn't something we can just hide from outsider. Can we really modernize with this over our heads? Sweetheart. New Orleans. Savannah, Georgia. I can just keep listing off places. Can you really see them just by believing? I could list off different places that have a lot of ghost tours. Finally showing your true colors, are you? Thieving little cat. What a screw up! Miss Tachibana, one moment. I need to rid myself of this villain. Rid yourself? Now, what were you after snooping around the house? Answer me! The crane stone. I thought as much. You mean the egg? Victor with some friends. No, he is. That is absolutely hilarious. Alright, first things first, come in, we'll discuss the stone. What are you on about? If you don't want to talk, you can show yourself out of the village. Shh. Miss Tachibana, please come in as well. You may as well hear this. So just to be clear, I don't know where the heavenly crane stone is. What? Come on, don't play this off. So what, your family crest means nothing? No, my family crest is the crane stone hairpin. Supposedly, my family descended from the crane wife and a villager. The stories of my family say that when the wife fled, she left behind a red crane stone. The hairpin, however, is not found among our family heirlooms. It's quite the mystery. Seriously? That simple, huh? Oh, now I see. The story of Oshra said that the girl became a stone. I remember thinking it felt very similar to the story of the crane wife. They're stories from centuries ago. I'm not surprised the details have been muddled. A few strands of the tale suggest the saint would hold the crane stone.
If you desire the stone so badly, why not go looking for this saint?
I see your angle. You want to know where she is, now that she's poofed in here out of nowhere. Alright, I'm game. I hate to leave empty-handed after all. Miss Tachibana, could I ask you to escort our young lady for a while? What? I wanted to ask you to look into the saint as well, regardless. Yes, the more people, the better, I think. I'd like some objective opinions from outsiders. Sure.
Have anything secret to say? Huh? It also means that the other chiefs are still here. She must think it's a gem or something ridiculous. Is that an old chief? I was about to make a comment about how there should be more chiefs here rather than, you know, ghosts of chiefs and all this other stuff.
Alright. Later, Sabi. Drive safe. Wow, what an amazing workshop. Ah, hello. First time visiting? Yes, all the colors of glasses are amazing. You know, in Venice and other places, they do glass blowing to show, for, visitors and tourists. I hope it is. This glass is one of our local products. Oh, so everything is sourced from Daisu. Thank you, Sabi. Itself. Right, we make it from a white rock found around the village. It's really plentiful. I noticed how much glasswork is in the village. It all shines at night. Yeah, it glows at night without the need for lamps. Handy, eh? Wow. Whoa, so they're phosphorescent? That would be a perfect park souvenir. It would. Ah, but young lady, you like red glass, right? Would you like this? Huh? Oh, sorry, was I wrong? One of the other workers mentioned it. Yeah, I'll take it. Well, she also wears red, so I mean, I wonder if she likes the color. I was hoping to hear more about the saint, if you don't mind. Why do you believe the saint will return? Say is feeding. Why, the saint said so, of course. The saint said so? Yes, they said they'd return to save the village. A prophecy, all right. Though, when did the saint depart, exactly? I don't know. Keep feeding her. Huh? Stories don't say when the saint left. It's awfully vague. On a different note, the hot springs are finally open. I just realized the symbol on there, is the Pentecostal symbol on the saint buns, where there's a fire above the cross. Also used for, is it Presbyterian or Methodist? Hot spring? Sure, I think I could use it. Ho ho! It's been cold lately, go warm up. Or was it Lutheran? It's one of the denominations. Pardon me? Oh ho, did you ever find that jumping fool? No, I'm here about something else. About the saint, right? How did you know? How? Everyone's talking about her, of course. So you think she's real too? Of course she is. Yeah, lots of people say she is. I mean, she's obviously divine. So, I wasn't divine? Hey, we weren't as enthusiastic about it, that is all.
twisted himself up. Hey, really, I told you to knock it off. It's terrifying. I'm gonna keep twisting. Can't stop me. Kitchen. Huh? What's that about breakfast? Yeah, apparently the saint doesn't eat. Strange, isn't it? Huh? No, it doesn't. How could anyone not eat? Yeah, that it would mystify you, wouldn't it? It's our job and the inn's job to make sure outsiders get their food, but honestly, I bet it's just that every villager's trying to stuff the saint's face. I suppose. It makes me a little sad, though. Or maybe she just had a whole lot of buns. Saint's buns. Formerly blind old lady. My eyes are healed. Oh, but to be taken away at this moment. What did the great saint do to you? I couldn't say. When she drew close, my eyes suddenly hot. You mean like it grew hot? Frenzied flame? Huh? Frenzy flame? And then the world was engulfed in light. But you believed in them already, didn't you? There's no need to prove who they were. As soon as the saint came, I knew they were true. Oh, my body is overwhelmed with the blessings since that wonderful moment. Oh, then the blind lady must be alive, if she's making a thought. Hosanna, Hosanna. You mean Hosanna in the highest? In the highest. In the name of the Lord. I don't remember. What's going on? Walking on water. Yeah, but create a storm and then, right on top of the water? No goddamn way! Hosanna, Hosanna. You don't just say Hosanna. It's Hosanna in the highest. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Is that it? Hosanna is the highest. This really might be a miracle. What was that all? What was all that just now? I don't know. We need to be careful in this village. Anything could happen. Yeah, somebody could be put up on a cross. I don't know. I don't know the story. Hey, you. Why do you always talk to yourself? No reason. This is a hot spring? Yes. Really, it's just a bunch of Gomon-style tubs. There's a ton of them, though. So, about what I asked. Yes, I guess you can't see them. Nope. But if there really is something that explains the villagers' attitudes, you really don't see them? You know that red glass they gave me at the workshop? Yes, do you like it? I never mentioned liking red glass to anyone. I took a red glass ball that was on the ground, but nobody was around to see me. Well, wait, you can't just take things. Being watched by people I can't see gives me the shivers. So, will you be my eyes? Well, I do need to investigate the saint still, so, young miss. Oh please, I'm nothing of the sort. I'm Eku.
Eku Taro. I'm not a thief, okay? I'm a treasure hunter. There's a thin line between being one and the other with a treasure hunter. We can work together until we find that stone. Ah, that was so nice. That drink in the bottle was nice too. Eh? A saint and a villager? There's one of those invisible villagers? Okay, spy. Oh! Are we letting them pass on? What? The villager is gone! Gone to limbo? I mean, gone from limbo? What? I see you too! You weren't loud or anything, gulp. Are we gonna be the tax collector in the tree and Jesus comes over and tells us to get down from the tree kind of thing, except it's hiding? Okay. Status. Ever since Day of the Dead Night. Well, I mean, say All Saints Day is gone. But it's funny that I just made the connection that the saint reappeared on All Saints Day. General statement. Or was it the 31st? Dot dot dot. Guide? Are you maybe one of the dead too? Symbol always been up there? Chapter 2. Fulfillment End. You'd rather not talk about yourself? Well, alright then. I'm still very grateful for all your help. Let's go meet up with Eku. Let's talk to Joanne. But I'm gonna save again. Martyrdom. Oh no. And grab some more energy drink. Be right back.
I'm back with energy drink. Okay. Use residence. Last night the saint vanished villager. Oh no, we're monitoring them. I couldn't see the villager to start with, so they must have been dead. Oh, they were dead? Isn't that more of a question for Karasu? Cut the axe, seriously. Juan, we would like to know the truth. Alright. Seems we can't conceal it any longer. But if the dead are vanishing, is this the salvation the old legends speak of? Vanishing is like that is salvation? I mean, we've been stuck in that goddamn village for long enough, yes.
But who is that girl anyway?
Why do the villagers put so much faith in her? She's the saint. I'm not sure. The dead seem to know she is the saint. Maybe they can sense it somehow. It's possible. The dead have also typically been around for much longer than the living. Oh, really? Perhaps some of the dead who were here last time recognize the saint. Wait, the saint has come multiple times? From what we understand, yes. But we don't have a very clear picture of it all. Wait, so does that mean the capital D dead vanish every time? Oh no! It would explain why our legends are so unclear. Everything just reset every time the saint comes? But there must have been living people alive at the time. Hey, Chief Boy, go find us the oldest dead person in the village. I don't need you to tell me what to do. This does bear investigating, though. I agree. Well then, I will summon them to the chapel. Come by later if you would. Seems like it'll take a while. Why don't we check the village while we wait? I'd like to catch that saint if we can. She just kind of pops up out of nowhere, so it might be difficult to track her down. Well, maybe if we meet her, if we just go around the village a bit. We might find some other nice stuff along the way, too. What? On it, chapter 3. Okay. Let's start outwards. Whoa! What a set of gears! What does this water wheel do? Power things? Hands off. Yeep! The millstone is for polishing rice. The cleavers are for meat. Pretty advanced for a backwater village. Is it? The member of the dead who's always reading taught me how to run it. I guess that's that lady. I see. I guess they would have all the time in the world to learn. The cart passes by, passes the village. The cart turns round with the saint. La 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 la. Don't kill him. Oi! Are you okay?
Physically, cause he's fine. Mentally, come on, that's not okay. Even if you're dead. They had their head in the clouds since this morning. Can't even sing right. I'm just being careful. And a household. Ah, yes. My husband passed away from a lung disease. He was sick for so long, he still suffers even after dying. That fucking sucks. You, please, take me away from here. Dear, what are you saying? Come now, don't make a fuss. You, please, take me away from here. I'm sorry, lately he's been nearly incoherent. He keeps speaking of the saint. You, please, take me. Oh, how's it come to this? He seems a bit agitated right now. We'll come again. Crane, crane, bless. Crane, crane, bless. Oh, what are you up to? I'm playing plane skip. Crane, crane, bless. I guess it's a hop, skip, jump variant. One leg for crane, two for bless. Let me guess, someone's here. Uh-huh. I see. So you too. No, it isn't something to lament. Go with God's blessing. There's a child playing here. Alone? Doesn't he have any friends? Iko, please, he can still... I can't play with my friends anymore. Wait, anymore? Why not? I don't know. Well, are you having fun? Yeah, every day's been fun since the saint came. I see, that's good. On bank. Gonna do some more walking over. Over there! Are we gonna do some baptisms? Hey you! Why are you making people vanish? The power, you know, grace. Grace. She can talk? Ah! The word of divine! Grant us your blessing. Did you mention grace? Who are you? Yeah, I'm making this appear by and using their, you know, soul energy to power myself up. Guest. Guest. What does that mean? It's finally begun. I wonder who shall be raptured away next. Heaven is close at hand. Hey, they said it's begun. The dead are rejoicing. But what about the rest of us? If Saint doesn't bring us salvation now, when will she? When you're dead. Sorry you had to wait. This is the oldest of the dead in the village. Why, a pleasure to meet you. A pleasure. You're not quite what I expected. I bet you expected me to be a bit older, right? And what voice was I using? Well, I died an age ago, but I died young, you see. Yes, I do. Your appearance after death is that of when you died. Is that how it works? The thing of it is, I died right after the saint came last. So, was the previous saint the same person who's come now? Of course! Her noble form hasn't changed in the slightest. Last time round, once the saint blessed the old dead, they sort of vanished. The saint's blessing makes the dead vanish and be pulled into an internal battery that keeps her alive for the next round. That's right, the saint raptures us to heaven. It is our dearest wish. Heaven of a battery. I'm joking. I have no clue where this is going. I don't know what to say. I've been waiting a very long time. I stopped counting at 100 years. That long ago? Well, if you pardon me, it may be time for my hour to come at last. Let's hope they aren't sent to hell or something either. That would suck. It seems the dead will begin to disappear en masse. But why? All of this strays further and further from the Word of God. Not really, if you want to talk about certain ones like Revelation. I think we should just let it happen. It only benefits us in the end. What? If those blasted dead are finally gone, it'll be easier to bring the living around. Really, once we modernize and open to the outside, people will forget about this saint business. But what happens if people from the outside die here? You really believe it will be so easy? Library. Ursu. Poor child. You still search for answers in books. So. For the villagers, for yourself, you studied all the doctrines of the outside world, and yet, the more you learn, the more you despair at the differences and feel helpless. I mean, some things that... What is faith to you, I wonder, child? I'll only be able to watch over you for a little while longer. I pray that someday the fog that clouds your heart will clear. Can you not see them? Is that the reason why fog that clouds your heart is the reason why he can't see them or isn't seeing them? La 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 la. Villagers. La 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 la. Getting rid of them en masse. Yes. Let your worries melt away, and now embrace it as your heart commands. The singing guy. Peace residence. Good morning. Good morning, huh? Hey, is that... Damn it all. Hammer, did something happen? It seems that last night 4 villagers vanished. 4 at once? Well, that's ominous. At this rate, we're gonna run out of dead soon. You won't have any info to gather. Good point. I hope you can hurry. everyone I've met is going to disappear. That can't... They've already dead. Let the dead rest. It's unfair to keep them here. It's mean. Is someone missing? Yup. He's been raptured. Oh, really? Y'all seem to be having such fun, too. Gone before the show. The real saints come. Oh, what to do? You can't really tell. I can't really tell if they're troubled or happy. Living status, worried. Eliminate the dead. Dead status, awaiting. This is an interesting status update. Mushroom lover. Nama nama nom. Nom. Excuse me, could we, do you want to share a delicious poison mushroom? No, I'll pass, thank you. But they're so good. How can they be so good, I wonder? Because they're poisonous? They're the forbidden fruit. Hardy har har. From the tree of knowledge. Except the knowledge is death. Do you know anything about the saint? I want to tell everyone about mushrooms. Want one? Yeah, I'm fine. Hello, sir. Oh, say, can we talk again for a moment? Ah, it's you. Here, want a bun? Okay, it's the... Okay, I'm looking at the bun shape. It's not a fire, it's the head of the crane. Well, no, I was hoping to ask you some questions, but I'll go ahead and eat it. Thank you. Ah, here, have a bun. Come on. I guess he isn't listening after all. But you'll still eat the buns. Thank you for before. It was shocking, but I think... Say, what do you think of being raptured to heaven feels like? What does that... think it'd feel like flying in the sky myself. Maybe? After all, I've only ever fallen. I wonder what it's like to go up. I'm not sure most people know what it feels to like to fall off a cliff either. I mean, I think it's the same as falling from any distance. I can't wait. I can't wait. Jumps off again. Cool. I think you have a problem. Sigh again. I think you have a problem. I just don't know what to do. All the dead seem like they're barely here. Hey, how about we ignore them and focus on the living? I guess we've no choice. So if the legends of the saint are true, what about the others, I wonder? You're right. I've been wondering if the crane wife has something to do with the saint. Let's ask around. Okay, yeah, it's worth looking into. Thanks, Echo. Right, and we can also ask around about the crane stone. Say no artillery. Ulterior motive. Ugh, words. The crane stone? Yeah, I heard it's a family treasure of the chief's. Do you know anything about it? I heard the crane wife left it when she flew away. Ah, that. It's part of the skull of a crane itself. Wait, really? You know how Japan's cranes have red crown-like crests? That's it. So that's... Wait. It isn't from the crane wife herself, is it? The silence. Of course not! The crane wife flew off, right? Kinda like the grim fairy tales, it gets darker. What kind of bird leaves their skull behind when taking off? You can't fly if you don't have a head. That's a good point. Well, I don't know details around the stone. Besides, they say if you touch it, you'll be cursed. Gives me the shivers. The whole story's kinda scary. Parent Daesu, we view anyone who comes from the outside as a candidate to be the saint. Tell me about it. It does make for a welcome atmosphere. We call these candidates guests, of a capital G sort. No guest who's come to the village has ever left. Oh, lock them up, eh? For all that you guys act nice, you're pretty sharp. But everyone stays here willingly. Yeah, I bet. Anyway, I think this place is a bit too friendly for me. Once I get the crane stone, it'll be time to make waves. On that note, did you not hear it was cursed, Echo? I guess. Do you know anything of the story of the crane wife? Actually, as I recall the story, the crane wife arrived in the midst of a great famine. Isn't that the story of the saint? You think it's possible the stories of the saint and crane wife are actually just the same thing? It is very common for one historical incident to spawn multiple stories. Wait, wouldn't that mean the chief's family is related to the saint? Don't ask me. Could be, I guess. I knew it. He's hiding something. I'm just... Hey, this lodge has the same symbol of the Heavenly Cross Stone. Oh, you noticed that now? The Heavenly Crane Stone? Don't play dumb. This village, the village chief family emblem, and it also was on the Maria statue, along with the words "Blood of the Saint," "Blood of the Crane." Well, we are technically run by the chief's family, you see, so we use that symbol. Village facilities have different symbols depending on who operates them, like the chapel's three-colored cross. So you don't know about the stone. We built our lovely lodge with Joanne's sponsorship. I thought with the village's expansion coming, there'd be more people visiting. But there's fewer villagers all the time now, with we who still live left behind. I wonder when the saint will come next. I hope it's soon. Everyone here is so damn pessimistic. Why don't they just get out of here and enjoy the world? Yeesh. Cat, did you just knock over your water? I think that's what I heard you do. That's the sound of you knocking over your water. I will be right back. I'm not yawning. Sigh. What's wrong? You're all down again. Villagers are disappearing, and all I can do is watch it happen. But the dad don't seem sad about it at all. Is it really okay? I see. Afraid of being left alone. Shut up, ghost. Alas, I fear my own time draws near as well. Wait, me afraid of being alone? Never. Stop calling me out here. So, you're dead too? I didn't say it, did I? Yes, quite ripely dead. I know. Why don't you leave the village? Then you won't have to be raptured. I think she wants to be. Leave the village? My dear, I've read enough to know that a village where the dead walk is unnatural. I know I'd be little more than a monster to outsiders if they could see me at all. Ultimately, we don't want to live anywhere else, nor can we live anywhere else. Well, I say live, but it's a bit of a metaphor, admittedly. It just says can't. Graveyard. No wonder they wanted to do the performance in the graveyard. They were enjoying working on that show so much until just yesterday. Well, what you gonna do? That one guy was already dead, right? I mean, yes, I guess, but they didn't seem that different from the living. The Bible teaches us that death of flesh is transition, that our journey into Christ's love continues. But if they're disappearing the way they do, they call it a rapture, but are they really going to their judgment? Do you think? To seek to be raptured for the sake of that strange person. Well, I'm also going to throw this out there. This isn't happening other places. I can't help but fear that it isn't any kind of salvation at all. You're so wound up. It's what they want, isn't it? Leave them to it. Look, I hated being poor. I left my village to make my own way. And have, mostly. People who want problems solved for them? Leave them. Well, granted, guys like Joanne too. I don't think I can dismiss all this so easy. I'm gonna try and get some sleep. That Tachibana girl, she's so serious. But kind, don't you think? That young lady in red, too. She's far less formal now, but I think she's still kind at heart. So much has been happening, but I can't wait to see the village grow anew. Yes. Hi, person in the raptures. I mean raptors, not raptures. Hi, saint lady. Oh, at last. What? At last, I beheld your face. Wait, please, let us be together a bit longer. Please, I can't. Nothing remains for me here on God's earth. Let the will of the saints be with me as I hasten to the door of the thousand-year kingdom. Diaz. Dear! Please. Wait, please, I'll come too. Are you gonna get okay. Huh? What? Sounds like something's happened. Is something going on? Miss Tashiba, Joan is well. He'd like you to see you at the Ano house immediately. I mean, though the thing is, if you commit suicide, that apparently doesn't let you go. But supposedly. Do I need to... It's... oh no! Seems the husband of the family was taken by the saint, and the wife followed. Ick. But why? She didn't have to die now, did she? Please, don't ask me. Karasu will hold the funeral mass. Aoru's body will be buried, but she'll persist here as one of the dead. She'll probably depart her body tonight and continue existing as she was. No, but... in the word of Christ, suicide is... those who commit suicide here persist and wait for the saint, like anyone else. Well, even the living choosing death. Well, I mean, since the saint is still here, maybe she will be raptured. Because the oldest one said... yes. Don't care. I could care less if the dead start disappearing, but the living, all the effort to revitalize the village, all our attempts to modernize will be in vain. It seems we need to read ourselves as the saint. That sounds like a stupid idea. Hey, did you hear about the Andos? Yeah, suicide. That's a bit much, isn't it? But when will the saint come next? Are y'all gonna have to wait until then? My wife took her life too. Maybe I should... Eep! Waiting? Dying? Have any of you ever tried living for once? If you're gonna die someday, one way or another, so what's the damn hurry? Why not try living? Echo! Look inside this village. I mean, excuse me, look outside this village. You cork it, that's it. You're done. Getting longer lease on life if you die here sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. Wait, what? If you die outside, you're done? The saint doesn't come for you? If the saint stopped coming to the village, we would remain dead forever? No, think about it. You wouldn't even be one of the dead. You'd just be gone. Hey, should we really change the village? What if all this stains us somehow? Death is an end? That can't... What do we do? Oh dear saint, save us, save us! Yeah, Echo, keep quiet. What the, that didn't go like I thought. Well done, Echo. Back street. Outside the village, whisper, whisper, Echo. Don't become dead, whisper, whisper. Hey, you! We're crying. What is this? Are people really so dependent on this one idea of what happens when they die? They're just scared. What we take for granted outside is alien to them. Living wanna die, the dead wanna, I don't know, vanish? That's the work of a damn witch, not a saint. Nobody needs that. They ought to get rid of her. That might be what's needed. We're gonna do to the saint what Jesus Christ... What happened to Jesus Christ? Huh? Or, I don't know, there's a lot of martyrs in Catholicism, so... Did Juan order you to do this? Yes, he told me to keep an eye on everyone else and make sure nobody did anything foolish. Aren't you worried like everyone else is? I am, for sure. I've never known Juan to be wrong, though, so... Sure, he's your boss, right? It's not just that. Juan has done a good job running the village recently. Still, I do wonder what the chief thinks of all this. Wait, the village chief? I've wondered, is Juan's father still alive? No, he's one of the dead, but he's still in the house. He keeps to his bed, though. See, I had no idea. Juan never said anything. Oh, he was hiding it. Well, if you're willing to interpret, let's go interrogate the old geezer. Do you have to use that word? One for daddy, two for mommy, three for the crane. Bouncy ball, go bounce, bounce, bounce. Into the water. Oh no. Maybe you shouldn't be playing so close to the water. Here, let me go get it. Not a good idea, miss. That cave's a maze as twisty as a snake. Nobody's managed to find the river's end in there. Those who go too deep don't come back. Oh, that ball is important. Then why the fuck were you playing near the river with it? Don't let it bother you, kiddo. Hey, wanna fish? Fishing's great. Would you like a bun? Thanks. I bet heaven has a lot of really bouncy balls, huh? Yes, I bet it does. Sorry, kid. I'm just, I just don't think she had to kill herself. Backstreet cook. Yes, yes. I know they were very close, but... Yes, yes. Hey, let's go already. Thanks for listening as always, and thank you for the buns. I'll come again tomorrow. Yes, yes. Okay, so earlier you mentioned something about San Cruz being written here, right? Oh yes, it was a bit of Latin written on the statue. But Echo, you weren't here for that. Details, like... absolutely not going through a wormhole in the roof. Details. Hey, can I see your journal for a sec? Well, okay, here. Something's been bugging me. Both the Crane wife and the Saint are described as arriving during similar famines. The Crane wife left her skull as the Crane Stone. And no visitor ever leaves the village. So the Crane's blood... Oh crap! We need to talk to the chief right now, before Juan finds us. What? Echo, it's not really okay to trespass. We have bigger concerns right now. Find the chief. But I don't... Gah! A corpse! No corpse am I. To you wanderers from afar, I say, I am the head of Desu village. So you're... nice to meet you. Why do you have a towel on your face? It's my funerary shroud that shocks you, of course. My flesh and blood see not to the eyes, so in accordance with the law of the outside, he holds above all. I have draped myself as the corpse the world says I must be, and I await the coming of the day of judgment. What? Let me guess, the village chief is right here. So if you can hear me, chief, what's the deal with the Crane Stone and the Saint? What is Juan hiding? Juan suffers the of his fathers, a calf he sees on our altar. This is why he seeks the world so. It is the coming of this... Is the coming of the saint a blessing or a curse? If this be your question, no judgment do I have for you. I can only entrust myself to the flow of the river of the village fate. What exactly are you doing? That... Miss Tachibana, it seems you've fallen under the sway of our thief. I'm not a thief. Juan, these are my guests. Bring tea. I wasn't speaking to you.
Juan, these are my guests. Bring tea. Juan, your father's speaking to you. He and I will speak later. Huh? Wait, Juan? Your father's right here, and you can't see or hear him, can you? Let's talk somewhere else. I always get nervous around my father, even though well, precisely because I can't see him. As you've likely guessed, I do not hold the village faith. Father and I have never seen eye to eye. But there's more to it than that. The village has a history of shame. Well, this village. Oh, good tell. Tell me. Are we shadowboxing this? 1 year long ago, a Christian girl fleeing the pogroms came to this village. That same year, a terrible famine struck the village. The girl shared the food she had with everyone. The thankful villagers began to venerate her and call her a messenger of God, a distinguished guest. But of course, the food the girl brought ran out, and the village once again began to starve. The villagers, usually so kind, found themselves in ever more dire straits. Eventually, the rumor began to circulate that the girl was no messenger, but the servant of the devil. The villagers, pushed to the uttermost edge of this desperation, committed a terrible crime. Did they also eat her afterwards? The girl was killed, and once again helped alleviate by eating her, alleviate the famine. They ate her. Girl was only halfway joking about the eating part, but sure. Oh my. Apparently they did, by that picture. Well, they're sure right about nobody leaving the village. As you may guess, this tragedy relates to the worship of the saint. We should continue this at the church with Karasu present. As it happened, the village chief at the time fell in love with the girl and went to see her often. Unable to hold back the madness of his fellows, however, he simply watched her be eaten. And the next autumn, the villagers began to feel guilty about what had befallen the girl. Some turned to our pre-Christian legends, speaking of her as an avatar of the crane. Some others kept believing she was a messenger of God, who willingly gave her flesh for their sake. I mean, there have been some cases that it's been acceptable for cannibalism. The church has been okay with it. And I don't see why, since we eat bread and say this is the she's the body of Christ. Technically, are we cannibals in some spiritual sense? That way? I am such a blasphemous. Joanne, and that was the beginning of a peculiar fate. Wasn't it, Karasu? I never imagined this would be the truth behind the legends I collected. The village chief of that time used the newfound faith to control the village. The Christian faith of this village thus transformed into a new, different religion. Only the Daisu family knows the truth. I myself heard it from Juan. So let me guess. You guys really don't know where the crane's stone hairpin is? Well, if in that case, it actually would be her skull. The thing you refer to, refers to her bloodstained bones. You still keep that? There's a story about him turning one such bone into a hairpin as a keepsake, but that wasn't fucked up or anything. But there's no such thing in my family. I swear it's true. Useless. There's still so much I don't understand myself. However, as the one charged with guiding this village, I want to save it. In order for us to escape this absurd delusion, I have to modernize us. I want to banish this saint from the village. I should have done it at the start. Chibana, Karasu, and since you're about, I suppose, I'd like your help in this. How? Are we going to do an exorcism? I haven't been blessed for an exorcism here. Or, like, taught. But you actually have to... November night. Sorry. Status. Peoples pray your roles are changed. I live this unending dream. Fate turns out and the people of the feast, their innocent children, will fuel me. Deeper and deeper grasp now the children towards this vessel waiting to be filled. Oh, they like the devil. To put this all together, this means the girl who got eaten is coming to the village as a saint. Why the hell would she want to save these people then? She isn't. Because maybe she wants to thank them for worshipping her? She's not. If I were her, I could give two rats' butts about being worshipped, thanks. I'd be wanting revenge, I'm guessing, is what she's gonna say next. Isn't that the bun-making man? Wait, no! Pant, where are you going? This late, where do you think? Bad touch. You're the girl who came to help the village long ago, right? Why are you doing this? Do you really send the dead to heaven this way? Saint, I don't know. Some saint, huh? Don't piss off the saint. Please, stop, please. I still have so much to talk to him about. He told me much about Daisu, and please, just let me... Oh. No, sir. Oh. Glory to Desus. Glory to the holy bird. Salvation for we poor lambs. Delicious. Delicious! Food! She's eating them! Circling, swirling fate. There's a song. Purity, sanctity, and salvation. Come now, dear Desu, white village of God. Hear a new home and that one soul voice. Her curing me of my loneliness. Wife waking up. I dreamed that together we might live. Darkened that midnight. When all is one, they surrendered themselves. Deeper, smashed apart as plates made of bone and the blood as wine. Deeper. Sunken. Fate of the people has changed my role. Now I live on in this unending dream. Turn has the world, now the people of the feast. Have their innocent heirs become the feast. Like I said. Deeper, grasping out into the empty sanctuary. Circling, swirling, fate. Purity, sanctity, and salvation. Deeper, 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 deeper. Come we now. Circling, 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 circling. Swirling fate. Last one. Oh, you're still here. Little watcher, do you intend to simply continue watching? That's the saint speaking. Midnight Sanctuary. Chapter 3, Martyrdom End. Status. I'm happy. 20 years ago! I'm happy. I've been feeling better lately. Joanne gave me a ball. It's a good ball. I can play a lot bounce ball now. It's more fun to play with everyone, though. Joanne, Kurosu, thank you. You're my best friends. Okay. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Signs. Okay. Thank you for getting my ball, Pastor. This ball is super important because Joanne gave it to me. Thank you very much, Kurosu is a kid. Joanne, sure nice of Pastor, huh? Tsubasa? Wait. Yeah, so what should we play? Well, it shouldn't be anything too rough, right? How about a ball bouncing? What? But we can't do that. Let's pass it around and see who can do the most in a row. Wouldn't that be fun? Yes, it does. Okay, I'm gonna win. Pant, Tsubasa. Thank you for always looking after our boy. He's so frail. I wish he'd just stay in the house. I always tell him not to cause trouble for people, but it's not trouble. Will you take Tsubasa to a doctor outside the village? A doctor? Goodness no. There's no need for that. We don't have the money to start with. And besides, even if this flesh dies, Tsubasa will simply become one of the dead and remain as he is. Yes, it will all be solved once the day of the Saint's advent comes. Anyway. What are you saying? You're just going to ignore how much Tsubasa is suffering now? Even if he dies, is it fine because he won't go away? No. We want to be adults together with him. There's so much we want to do together. Karasu, let's go. There's no point in arguing. Hey, Pastor, what does it feel like to die? So it's scary. Isn't scary then? That's good. I hope I can be a great dad like you when I die, Pastor. Village is so awful. It's like time has stopped. According to this book, medical science is really advanced in the West. Studying hard today, are we? Yeah, why doesn't anyone else read? Learning new things is so neat. I don't want to just use old traditions like Dad does. I don't get it. Why doesn't faith reject medicine in the West? Even if you become one of the dead, growing and living is important. The dead? What is it, Karasu? None of the books I've read ever talk about the dead. Like, as people who do stuff. Is their medicine so advanced because they have to save bodies? Because there are no dead? Karasu, what you're saying, that's... Hey! Hey, Joan, Karasu. Tasoba, our little Tasoba, passed on a moment ago. And now, tomorrow, Tasoba will wake up and join the dead. Joan, Karasu, I'm gonna modernize the village, end the saint superstition, and bring us into the real world. I want to know more about the real faith of Christ. I want to find the true path. Yeah, let's both grow up to make this village a better place. And that's the Watcher. Or witness to the memories of childhood. Morning 6. Ever since that day I died, Joanne and Karasu don't talk to me anymore, so now I'm always lonely by myself. The guest lady was kind though, and that made me happy, but I still want to play with Joanne and Karasu again. I'm still waiting here in our old place for you guys. Ah, such a good bath. Yeah. Hard to use the baths except at times like these, when we know the dead aren't about. You sure? Yeah. We absolutely must get rid of that saint today, no matter what. Should we truly exile her? What on earth do you mean? I know we set out to dispel the Seru's village superstition by modernizing it, and from how Tachibana reacted, I can see how unusual the village faith is. However, the saint's advent has come. Miracles have actually happened. Just don't know anymore. Is it right to exile the saint? So now, of all times, you're saying I'm wrong? No, he's questioning. It's not saying wrong or right. Very well then, I won't ask for your help. Those who venture nothing when the time comes gain nothing. Stay here and drift if you wish. Kind of creepy for you to watch in there. About last night, I received a report from the villagers. 13 of the dead are gone, and 13 of the living are now dead. Fun? Gasp. Gasp. We have to stop this. No kidding. We get rid of her and the village will calm down, right? That's not how faith works. Either way, let's go find this saint. We need to speak to her directly. Alright. So, wait, where's Karasu? He had a change of heart. Come, let's go. There's no one here, it seems. They just started, too. Did they abandon their idea? Huh? I wonder if they just lack leadership. Singers are gone, too. Are gone, then. Say, you can't see the dead, right? So you don't really understand how much chaos was caused by the saint's arrival, right? Humph, I've been living with the dead. I can't see since I was a child. If you pay close enough attention to the words and actions of the living, you figure out what's going on. Though ultimately, it's a bit like a shadow play.
You're pretty good at keeping up appearances. You'd make for a good villain.
Don't compare us.
The saint? No, I haven't seen her.
Anyway, I need to get some wood, so excuse me. I'm curious, did you realize early on that the crane wife had been eaten?
Well, all the pieces did line up for the idea, yeah. The saint and the crane wife both appeared during a famine. And visitors never leaving the village? And then there was the whole blood of the crane thing. Though that was just my gut talking.
I see.
Old stories are often thought of as meaningless, but they're usually influenced by prior events. Even if it's a tragic event, it's remembered in some form and becomes history of a sort.
I see. I suppose that's true. It might be difficult to draw tourists with folk tales like these, though, huh? Savannah, Georgia! New Orleans! It's there, trust me. Say, there are a certain amount of macabre people. Teams Morose Gold. Banish the Saint. Living status, worry, chaos, fear. Karasu's status, silent contemplation. Dead status, awaiting the blessed day of rapture. Okay, cool. Bun guy. Mr. Saint Bun. Oh, the old coot was raptured away, was he? He was always faithful. He must be happy.
There's something under the chair. This... a box of buns?
For you! For Hamuru, it says. Looks like he's stocked up for a bit. Oh, Mr. Saint Bun! Well, the saint isn't here. Well, all my princesses are gone. Looks like I'll be closing the kitchen.
Oh no, please don't give up your food. It's amazing.
Local delicacies will be crucial to our plan to modernize the village. Please try and keep going. Whoa, Joan, please, you don't need to bow to me. I understand. I'll do what I can to keep the pride of Daisu, the Saint's kitchen, open.
Huh? So he's actually capable of humility.
Wonders never cease. Shut up, Echo. Well, polite people understand that being polite to those who deserve it comes naturally. People like Karasu. Put it down, Hamo. Eating in the background. Not a serious time. No, not that I should say much when I was eating chips at a serious time.
Oh yeah, is that guide of yours still here?
Huh? Yes, they've been here this whole time.
So they're dead, right? Can you still talk to them?
Of course, we talk all the time.
Besides,
I've been with them since I came to this village. I know they're trustworthy. They said they have no problem continuing to be responsible for showing us around the village.
I don't think we really need to be led around at this point.
They'll follow us even if we don't, by the sound of it.
At last, one of us has gone to heaven.
It's no fair she gets to go first. 13 more are dead. What do we do? The village is over. Don't be ridiculous. We've handled bad situations before. We'll be fine.
But there's so few of the living or the dead left. Our lives are let's say also say genetics, bloodline, all that other fun stuff. Damn it. No worry is just breeding more worry. We need to do something. Where is she? I'll find her no matter where she hides. I think anything's changed. Even if you can't become one of the dead, you should still be able to live the life you've been given to the fullest. That's how it works outside Daisu, after all. That saint is a monster. We must force it to leave the village before it drives the village hopelessly mad. I've always had suspicions about the village's belief. Nowhere in the Bible is there an account of the dead being erased by a saint. I mean, to be fair, outside of the disciples, there's not really saints in the Bible. And yet the village goes so joyfully in their erasure. The living seek death. Are the authentic teachings of Christ as sought so dearly important to them at all? Would exiling the saint now be nothing more than an act of self-aggrandizement? I don't know. I don't know. Don't do something stupid. Don't do something stupid. Oh dear Lord, why is it that outsiders can see the dead, yet I cannot? I learned and I learned, yet draw no closer to knowing. To Saba, are you still there playing, I wonder? Come before me, please. Show me the correct path. It might not be the correct path. Damn it, where is she? I feel like we saw her by the water a lot, but she's not here either. Then, I don't know. Can we even catch someone who can appear and disappear like this? Yeah, it feels kind of inhuman. It's a saint. He must have some place she's operating out of. If we can find that. In the first place, how did she even enter the village? I don't know. She just showed up in front of the chapel at one point. Hey, wait. Didn't you have a bunch of observers all over the village to keep an eye on me? I did, and there's no sign that I heard of her that she came in from the outside. Break the statue! Break the statue! If the saint is the crane wife and she's connected to the village, then maybe there's something in the village itself that causes her to appear. Inside the village? That does make some sense. If she died in the village, it'd be strange for her to go elsewhere. In myths and folktales, beings like the saint often rely on a focus of some sort to exist. Like a place or thing that is deeply connected to them and acts as a kind of catalyst. See? I knew it! It's gotta be the heavenly crane stone, right? Stop staring at me. The crane stone was one of the blood-stained bones of the girl. Wait. The blood of the crane on the statue! Good! You're keeping up with me. I get it. So we need to take a look inside the Maria statue then. Hold on! The myth says that anyone who touches the heavenly crane stone will be cursed. Oh, Stoic Joanne, of all people, is afraid of a little thing like a curse? I mean, you've seen what happens in this village, right? I don't believe in curses, damn it. It's just that I heard the curse and don't know what it means. It may be a metaphor for some kind of trap. We should ask my father about it, as much as I hate to. I can't speak to my father. Miss Tachibana, I'm sorry, but I'll have to rely on you. Excuse me, father, but Saint's here. You. Good evening, dear lambs. Do the creepy voice on this. Sneaking into houses now, are we? You're making it interesting, you thieving little rat. Echo, you're a treasure person in the... going to the chief. Wait, what? Wait. Blessing upon you, Father. Don't get the answers. It's happened again. So my father's gone. Okay, we have the saint here talk. Delicious. Huh? Acting all cocky? So what's that? A hard day of vanishing people done? Now it's time to pack it in for the Maria statue? Good evening. Freaking. I tried baiting something out, but she's expressingless. I wonder if she even heard me. Juan? I never got along with my father. When he died, I was almost relieved that I couldn't see him yet. Now that he's truly gone, all of a sudden, I don't know what to do. Library. Librarian lady's probably gonna go soon. Book lover. I heard the chief was raptured away by the saint, right? Yeah, Juan wanted some time to himself, so we split up for the night. Karasu isn't with him? Karasu apparently needed some time to think, so he's on his own today. I see. They've been the only allies each other has had since they were children. Ah, you clumsy boys. You're worried about them, aren't you? Yes, I suppose I am. Those boys are both important to me. I hope they patch things up soon. Yeah, I'll try and get them to talk tomorrow. Salvation won't come for me while I still have something to worry about, it seems. The crane gives birth to a child of stone, embraced in the heavenly bosom of mercy. That, then, is the heavenly crane stone. Those who reach out to it, become ye as the child of the crane. Become as stone, a man no more. Father, I'm going to protect our suit in my own way. Gonna break the statue? Those two told me to put off investigating the Maria statue until tomorrow. But this is something I have to check myself before I let outsiders see. Karasu, once I find the crane stone, we'll talk again, and I'll— No, you won't, by the sound of it. So, are you there or not? Seems not good. Ye who touched the crane heaven stone, ye turn to rock, which is the child of the crane. Ridiculous. I can't modernize the village if a little superstition scares me. You have literally seen a saint do the kind of stuff. It's not superstition if you can see it. I'm gonna put it into all this saint nonsense. Didn't you like have holy water or something? That sounded more like glass. Ho ho. Gasp. Just showing it out here. Maybe don't grasp it with your bare hands. So this is it. It's red, I guess, but just as much is a vile black. Oh, whatever. If this is her focus, I need to smash it to bits. Tsuba, I'm gonna free the village of this curse. Don't pick it up with your bare hands! What is this? Are you turning into something stone-like?
Go, damn it! I have to destroy. Well, you're the son of the village. Midnight Sanctuary. Chapter 4, Signs, ends. Like I said, why the fuck you pick it up with your bare hands? Also, why'd you try and break it that way? You could have, like, I don't know, used a sledgehammer or something, a pickaxe. There's a pickaxe in this place, but I mean... Chapter 4. ... I have little time left here. This story is approaching its end. Will I merely continue watching like this? I mean, maybe. I came to this village as a missionary. They respected me as a distinguished guest, or perhaps you could say a guest, with emphasis. The village's traditions intrigued me. Eventually, I ended up taking note of what happened in people's private lives. Oh, Maria, I had an argument with my fiancé, and now she won't speak to me. I just want to apologize. Oh dear, it's time for church service. I better go. Left your knife behind. He wants to apologize, but I don't want to. Well, I'll hear him out. I dropped my knife and have the foggiest notion of... What? On my chair in the garden? Really? We made amends, thank you! It was there, thank you! But how did you know that he... Prophet! You're a prophet! I couldn't bring myself to betray the villagers' expectations and played up being a fortune teller. In this peaceful little village, watching people's lives was quite fun. Saint, little watcher, you tend to simply continue watching. This is the saint. And that's when that saint appeared. Living villagers are committing suicide by the day, and the dead disappear in turn. Those who have no hesitation go first, but it's only a matter of time till the entire village is gone. If that happens, what will remain to watch? Being erased by the saint should be salvation, but is that enough for me? I need to think about what I've been looking for. I held the guide concerning the path. Gospel. That's a bell? It's a funeral. Sounds like, I guess another suicide turned up. Arsu, we will be holding a funeral this afternoon. I hope the both of you can attend. Of course, but, who? Juan, he passed away last night. What? What the hell are you on about? We agreed to check on Maria Kana for the stone just last night. Yes, he died before the statue of our Lady Maria. Or more accurately, he died in front of the pedestal, I suppose. The statue was in pieces. So he went off on his own. But, how did he die? We don't know. He has no obvious injuries. He was just clutching an odd stone. Gasp. Regardless, he is the chief's son, and we'll be holding a major ceremony for him. I doubt many will mourn. They will believe he will simply become one of the dead. But Juan, having no faith as he did, will surely not join the ranks of the dead. Soba. Saint. Living status, fanaticism. Karasu's status, surrender, accepting proffered salvation. Karasu! Don't! No! Joan's funeral will be conducted the same way as the village chiefs. I want all the living to take 1 or 2 dead with them to assist in their tasks. We'll split into 3 groups: arrangements, cookings, and services itself. That's all. Can I save no one at this rate? You're sure running this smoothly? Well, now that Joan's dead, it's my duty to give the villagers orders. Joan's body will lie in state for 1 day and then be buried. Ordinarily, he would separate from his body at around that time and join the dead, but Joan will not join the dead. That will be the end of it. This doesn't feel real. He's the sort that seems he really wouldn't die if you killed him, you know? He was a responsible man, an unfortunate tendency to try and shoulder everything himself. Karasu, we'd like to take up Joan's cause. Will you help us stop the saint? Please. Leave until the ceremony. I am very busy. Go see the... Smells like their blood. Delicious. Hi, Joanne. Still the same. Freaking... This is awful. Is it really okay just to let this happen? Hell no. All they're doing is just living to die. The saint, she gained the ability to speak. Oh, glorious saint, bequeath your divine knowledge onto us. Can they really get a funeral together like this? I think we need to help out. Oh, grant us salvation today, we beg! Dear saint, grant us your word! Very well, I grant ye lambs these holy words. This evening gather ye for the Dasu family funeral. There I shall manifest my greatest miracle. Oh, fucking... Glory to the saint! It'll be a feast to remember, right? Right? Hello everyone, glad we could meet again. Juan? You mean, what do you mean, Juan is there? Whoa, you really can't see him, but he's there, same as always. Yeah, neither of us can see him. Well, it doesn't seem like you've gone buggo yet, so he must be there. But it can't be. Did he really believe in the village's faith? No. I had no faith, but honestly, it all seems so irrelevant now. Having become dead, separated from my own concerns, I feel so much more at peace. Apparently he didn't believe, but now he says he doesn't care. It seems the crane wife did wish to bring salvation to Derosu when she was alive. Our prayers and sacrifice somehow brought forth a miracle, this land of the undying dead. Whether the villagers truly ascend to heaven or not, I don't know. But when I think about it, the dead getting to remain on Earth is salvation in a sense. Is it? No, if you never pass to true heaven, that is no salvation. What does this mean? So even the faithless join the ranks of the dead in this village. Does this mean that what Joan and I hope to accomplish is meaningless? Simply dust in the wind? Karasu, please don't. Please don't. I have to thanks. What should I do? Everybody's gonna fucking die before the end of it. I know. Household. We meet again, dear. I'm glad you're okay. It may not be my time since I am newly dead, but I can still feel it. The day of salvation is close. You just know that? Yes, it feels as though I'm connected to the saint somehow. This personal connection, it's so comforting. That's why the attitudes of the dead have changed so much. The day shall come when I join my husband once more in the gardens of salvation. You think the Andos will meet again even after the saint does what she does? Don't know. Remember, the girl keeps saying delicious when people disappear, so I think... Anyway, they were close when they were alive. That's enough, right? Don't think so. Sorry, I'm just... Yo. Oh, Tasuba, it's been a long time. Yeah, Joan, you came to see me. Thank the saint. Yep, I'm dead now, so... Let's all play together like we used to. Yep, we sure can once Karasu dies. What happened to the person Joan used to be? His convictions, his belief? I'd like to rejoin the village's renovation efforts as a consultant, if you'll have me, but... What's this? Why do you sound so nervous? You're all wound up. Just relax, talk normally. There's no need to be worried. No. There's a scream. This is awful. I think in her head. It's like he's a totally different person. Is a scream in her head because she is worried? Why is there a scream in her head? I understand Juan's become one of the dead. I'm glad he's been freed from his burdens. Hopefully he's taking a chance to relax for once. Are you Juan's mother? Haha, missed the mark a bit, I'm afraid. I'm very sorry. I'm his grandmother, as it happens. Huh? But you don't look that... Oh. I died when I was still young, after all. But it doesn't matter. I hope Kawarasu's confusion clears soon as well. I'm going to stop the saint. What are you saying? A mere human cannot stop the messenger of God. Soon, I too will join the ranks of the saved. Even so, I'm stopping this. Status. Nothing's changed. Maria's statue was always unpleasant, yet without it, this place feels empty. Don't do something stupid, Karasu! So you came. Just like you called for. What is it this time? More excuses? No, I can finally feel clean. So ready to help us kick the saint out? No. What? Even Joan is dead now. I suspect I too am doomed to join their ranks when the time comes. However, upon joining the dead, Joan stopped doubting the faith. Karasu, no! Yes, Joan no longer seems to care about modernizing the village.
Those who die here are absorbed into the village's traditions. Time stops for them, but Saba, Joan, once wished to escape from that. I will inherit Joan's will. I will not help you, no. I shall, by my own hands, by my will, eliminate the saints. So, will you help me? Of course! I'm happy you finally made your decision. Well, good on you. So what exactly do you have in mind to do? The stone that Joanne was clutching most likely is the crane stone. I plan to eliminate it. But Joanne tried to I know. We need to assemble a careful plan. And I have an idea, but first... Is your guide here? Yes, they've been here the whole time. Well, if they could leave a moment, the dead may pass things along to the saint without knowing. Yes, of course, I don't want to cause any more trouble than I already have. I'm sorry, but I think we need to go our separate ways. Thanks for everything. Got dumped, did you? I hope they would be good guests like you once were, but... Such a shame. Still, it hardly matters in the face of the saint. Tonight will be the greatest miracle. I suspect the saint plans to save us all at once. Incomparable joy, that is. It will all be over tonight. I have a feeling them separating from each other, somebody's gonna die. Okay, that's creepy. 7th night, hearts all over that. Cool. Let me save. And there's a star there. I feel like since there's usually something I'm missing the first go around with this game.
Ah, yes. It smells like them. My heart races. Is this like when they held me, or a sensation? Perhaps on eating this flesh? My flesh too shall be reborn.
Oh, saint! Oh, saint! Well, this looks just great. She's reborn. It'll be a disaster.
Once I consume everything, we can be together forever, little lambs.
Save us, oh saint! Become one with us, oh saint!
I always have room for more dead. Oh, everyone living, dead, offer your everything to me.
Oh saint! Oh saint! He's really gonna wipe out the entire village. He can't let that happen. That's enough. You still cannot open your eyes even when she is so blatant with her intentions. This saint, she views you as little more than a meal. This is not the teaching of the God of Christ in any way. Karasu, how can you say that? Just obey the saint. Salvation is so close. Faith in God is important, but faith is not blind dependence. I mean, so that's some church people. I don't expect any of you to understand that at this moment. I must ask you to leave the village. Never lay hands upon these villagers again. Are you opposing the saint? Why? We're all going to be saved, here and now. Even if it's you, Karasu, if you get in the way, you won't be shown mercy. Yuan, I'm sorry. That's what we're waiting for. Humph. Alright. Power of Christ compels you? I'm sorry I was lost for so long. Let's end this. In the amusement?
Now? Lamb, it's time for a meal.
He missed. Saint!
No! Later then. Bye-bye! Is the stone with the body? I thought we set things up mid-land in the river. I got in the way, I'm afraid. But they seem to have another idea. Little watcher, so you weren't merely watching. What ending do those eyes desire? Guide? Well, this too is acceptable. The river, the caves, like a maze. What's going on? When is the saint coming back? Oh saint, please rapture us away. What if it gets sent into, like, a different place? Is the saint gone? Well, that's how it goes. Guess we'll have to wait for the next advent. Ho ho ho. As we planned, Juan and the crane stone have been sent downriver. But what if it ends up in a different location? Then the cave eventually connects to a deep underground spring. Most likely it'll never return. Wait, that means you're poisoning the spring! Done something terrible to the villagers, but they'll calm down eventually. How do the dead seem? They seem to returning to normal. Probably because the saint's gone. I see, that's good. Now I need time to resolve this. If it's gone, the dead should be gone too. Shouldn't they? In most folklores, guests from outside the place eventually depart and move on and become parts of other stories. But this village killed its guests and absorbed it in multiple senses. Maybe that was the real mistake. That visitor from the past has finally had a chance to move on. I hope things can move forward now. Just as we planned, the saint is gone. From what CAVYHOUSE said, no one has ever returned from the depths of that cave. That saint is still a mystery, but we used its obsession with Juan's remains to chase it out of the village. I feel a little guilty towards Juan, though. Wonder what will happen to Daisu. I hope somehow it can return to normal, even slowly, with the living and dead working together. The dead don't need to be here! Mistress is gone. I wonder if breakfast is ready. Given what happened yesterday, I bet something's up. I should check outside. Good morning. How's the village? He doesn't look very happy. There's no villagers left. What do you mean? There's some other... There? They're all dead. So, there's a bunch of dead about. We've been searching for some time, but we cannot find any living villagers. You asked the dead for me where they went? Poison mushroom soup is the best. Now that everyone's dead, we can all share it. May I ask you a question? Oh, Miss Consultant, what's wrong? It seems like there's no living villagers. What, do you know what happened? Oh, them? They went after the saint yesterday. They could have been just painted and patient and waited for the advent. Ah, well, want some mushrooms? Oh, shame on that. No, we don't even know if we'll become dead at this rate. I'm going. Going? Wait, where? I'm following the saint, even if I die in the caves. If I become dead, I can be saved after. Can we really? Stupid people. Wait, I'm going too! So only the living folks left are us three. No, I mean, there might be some here and there if we search. No one. There's no one. Every person in the village was gathered before the chapel yesterday. I fully expect that every living villager pursued the saint. That's just the kind of village we are. However, the dead have returned to a semblance of normalcy now that the saint has departed. Even though the living are gone, to think that only the dead are now sane remain. Well, maybe we should leave this place. Karasu, don't do something stupid! Hi miss, what's wrong? You look down. Well, it seems only the dead are left, eh? Well, we'll be fine with those who remain. We'll continue our plan to modernize. Wait, what did you... Oh, don't forget now. I always plan to make use of some use of the dead. We don't need to stop now. We can push Dasu as one of Japan's greatest curiosities, an eternal Christian village. I mean... Come, oh guests, welcome to our village. Be our guest and we will send you to heaven. I don't think this is completely the ending. Dine in our local delicacies at night. Great performances too. Let the minecart shake you as you see the saint yourself. But if there's no living, why is there point? My cart shake you as the saint you go. Oh, how joyous. Oh, how much fun. Desu Village, land of miracles for all eternity. Actually, I keep forgetting. This is how usually the craziness of things ending is. Desu, land of miracles for all eternity. Don't do something stupid, Karasu. The endings are always kind of this, what the fuck, anyways. Our guests, wonderful gifts. Sorry. How joyous, how much fun. Desu Village, Garden of the Dead for all eternity. Like I said, why am I having these questions? They're usually this kind of crazy. CAVYHOUSE. Yes, CAVYHOUSE! Well, thank you for everything. Karasu, please, why not leave the village with us? Even if you stay... No. I will remain. I have an obligation to watch over this village. I see. Well, if you ever change your mind, you could always get a job like Homomoros. What? Well, I mean, I could introduce you to a church I know. Thank you very much. Take care. You're gonna kill yourself, aren't you? Yes, you take care too, Karasu. Why aren't you leaving from a regular path? And so I'm the only living being here left in the village then. So they're gone, eh, Karasu? Well, let's keep up improving the village, huh? The carts are running smooth, so let's ride them later. Want some of my new poisons? It's don't think you can hear him. Joanna and I will always be with you, Karasu. Yes, let's continue modernizing and improving Darasu forever. Yes, I will continue to live here in this village. Alone because he can't hear people around him. That actually sucks. Epilogue. Okay. We're epiloguing it. So I'm only living then. And this is what he sees? I'll be here until I die alone. Well, it's no less than I deserve. Yes, I will continue to live here in this village. In this sanctuary. Still like midnight. Hardy har har, midnight sanctuary. Okay, why did you... Clear chapter 5. That was an epilogue. CAVYHOUSE. CAVYHOUSE. This is just CAVYHOUSE for you. I really shouldn't say much. It got out of full screen for this. Alright, y'all. That was CAVYHOUSE. Alright, gonna do a be right back while I get everything set up.